Yes! Another one! Woohoo! Alright, well, my last video was my last trip on the ice, and I was about right out there, and Shane and I did pretty well. So now, as you can see, I got some open water. It is not, not my ideal location of where I catch fish. It's kind of the shallower water, but I see fish servicing, and I'm sure I'll get into something. I'm pretty excited because I just got my new shipment. So a whole big load of 2-inch limans. I got some new 4-inchers too, but I'm really excited to put them to the test. I also brought a bunch of maglips and dodgers and super squids, just kind of the full deal, spoons, you name it, because early season, you never know what they're going to hit on. But hopefully some fish to come. Oh, fish on, sweet. I just barely closed the reel on that, and we got a fish on. This is on the lineman, the 2-inch lineman. I got a maglip over here, and sweet. This is on the, I think it's called the Little Lemon Lineman. It's, oh, I'm gonna get tangled here. Pretty good fish. So, I think I can hopefully get it untangled. Woo! There we go. Wow, come on. Good fish. Huh. Sweet. I should have kept pedaling, which I often do. I can. There we go. Spunky fish. So I was just cruising along at probably 1.8 mile an hour, and it just hit it right off the bat. Okay, sweet. First fish in what I would say is now open water season. Through the winter I did some open water fishing just because, there is some open water available. I hit Crescent and Anna Reservoir, but yeah, look at that. What a fish. Sweet. That Little Lemon Lineman hit him in no time. That's a nice looking fish. Pretty healthy. Most of the copepods seem to be gone off it. So, all right, we'll get back at it. Hopefully I can untangle my line here and get this guy back in the water and get back at it. Okay, fish on, right back in the exact same spot that I was in when I caught the first one. So I've done a lot of different things. Right now I even have a Dodger on this rod, but this is that same lemon lineman. So it's that kind of yellow and chartreuse with that little red tail, which I really like. And it's the only thing that's been hit so far today, so we will keep at it. I'm, you know, varying my speed quite a bit, you know, anywhere from 1.5 to even 2.5, and, you know, varying depths. I've hooked clip weights on and tried to drop, you know, the rods down into the deeps, but this is kind of back up against this weed bed, so there's, ooh, just kind of trolling right along the edge of the weed bed. There's kind of a shelf that comes out, heavily weeded, and then it drops off into 20 to 25 feet of water pretty quickly. And both fish were just right on that edge. So we're gonna see if we can't get this one in the net. It's a nice spunky fish again. Not a real huge one, but these rainbows just sure put up a good fight. Got it. Sweet. Get back out into deeper water. It pulled me over into the weeds. I'm only in about probably 7 feet of water down to the weed bed. So I'll get straightened back out here so that that one hopefully doesn't snag. Yeah, a little bigger fish, I'd say. You know, real nice. Really nice fish. So we'll get it back in the water. All right. So there we go. Really good looking lure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Off it goes. Oh, fish on. Maybe. I thought All right, well, we'll get this one redeployed and see what happens. Oh, fish on the turn. Sweet. Man, they're fighting so good. They are fresh, coming out of winter. Just really fresh. And I was going quite a bit faster. I was going like 2.2, but this was the inside rod on that turn, and I was just letting the outside rod out. I put another lineman over here. I actually put the lineman behind a Dodger, so we'll see what happens there. But so even though I was going a lot faster, it, you know, oh, come here, buddy. You know, the lure probably wasn't going, you know, much faster. Still probably in that 1.8 zone. Sweet. Man, these are all nice, healthy fish. They've wintered pretty well. Less copepods than I was pulling through the ice. I hope that's a really good sign that They're, you know, going to start off healthy. You know, it's hard to know what this season will bring, but you know, hopefully good things for this lake. That one's really cool looking. It's got smaller spots, really colorful, nice looking fish. So we're just gonna let this one go. No picture. Off it goes. All right, well, oh, that one's letting out. So that's the hot ticket of the day. Hopefully we can dial in, you know, something more than just this color of the 2-inch lineman. But if it doesn't hit with this Dodger here pretty quick, this one is over here that I've started with is called the Batman. It's got a black back, kind of a black mouth, and then it's just really bright chartreuse, and then it also has some glitter down its back. So it's a, you know, it's a really good looking lure, and we'll see if behind the Dodger how it does. And definitely I'm going to get this guy back in the water. So I'm getting a little bit of a breeze kicking up, which I actually like, especially when I'm fishing in the middle of the day. Just breaking up that surface, it kind of refracts the light going through. I feel like it generally increases the bite. I think the fish are more comfortable to, you know, get out of the weeds and out of the deep, because the surface is broke up, so they're not as vulnerable to predators. And it seems like, you know, I caught that one right off the bat. I had a little bit of a lag. It was just dead calm, and then this breeze kicked up just a little bit, and I caught those 2 fish back to back pretty quickly. So maybe that was it, maybe not, but it definitely seems like I do a little bit better when the surface is broken up a little bit. And definitely if it's just glass, I tend to either fish deeper or I'm putting the lures further back behind me, or both. So, you know, whether that makes a big difference or not, I don't know, but that's just something that I, you know, tend to do. So, oh, I'm getting into some pretty shallow weeds and better get back out into a little bit deeper on the edge. So, oh, fish on. Oh my gosh. Oh, dang it. I'm sitting here just drifting in the wind, and it got hit. Sheesh. Huh. Even when you're not trolling, it'll catch fish. So I was just changing this other rod out and had turned around and was drifting, and then got hit. Oh, there we go. Sweet. So that's what I should have done. Apparently the whole time was switch to another lineman. I put a second lineman on, and I didn't make it 200 yards and caught a fish. So this is on, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what I put. Oh, this is on the 2-inch watermelon. So really a nice looking little lure. I really like the colors, and yeah, fish on. You know, sometimes I get it stuck in my head that I have to have a variety, you know, so even though I'm catching fish on this lure over here, instead of kind of doing something similar or even the same, I get it in my head that I gotta keep having a variety. So I'm trying all these different lures while I'm catching fish on one. Well, and then as soon as I smarten up, and oh, that's a good fish too. As soon as I switch over, well, I'm catching fish. So there we go. Ooh, that's a chunk. Might be the heaviest of the day. That's a real chunk. Ooh, geez, easy there, buddy. Not the longest. Woo! But the heaviest. I think that's gonna go home and be my dinner. That's just really thick. That's the lure I caught it on. And you know, I think I'll have a nice rainbow trout dinner. So, oh, there we go. Look at that. It hasn't been deployed for, this might be a little bigger fish. Yeah, I mean, they've all fought really hard, but man, this one's really going at it. I bet it hasn't been deployed 2 minutes and it hit. So they're really liking that watermelon right now. Yeah, really liking it. I'd kind of slowed my trolling speed down a little. It's probably only going 1.4 to 1.8. That just seems to be kind of where they're hitting. Except once again, when I'm turning, I'm, you know, speeding up. But yeah, about, I think, woo, about like those others. Good deal. Oh, doubled. Ha! Let's put 2 in the net, huh? Oh, did I lose it? Oh no, it's on there. Good deal. Oh, and that one even unhooked itself. How convenient. Yeah, we'll worry about that in a second. Okay. Sweet. Wonder how many doubles I would have had if I just put on a second lineman to begin with. Maybe none, but maybe some. All right. Okay, so there was once again the lure for fish number 1. There's fish number, oh, and it's got somebody's hook in it. Poor thing. Oh, easy, buddy, easy. That looks like it's been in there a while. Oh yeah, because it's on, definitely. So there we go. Give him an extra minute to catch his breath just to make sure, since he was packing a hook around. I mean, he went after that lure and fought super hard, so he must have not been doing too bad. Yep, off he goes. So there we go. Rescued him from that hook. Oh good, this one let himself go too. How convenient. I hooked the net though, that's not real convenient. There we go. They are doing work. And there we go. No way. This one has line coming out its butt. Jeez. I guess just clip it. Man, come on people. Use better stinking line. Breaking off these fish, you know, they're not that big a fish. You should, you know, replace your line every year so it's not so brittle and you know, yeah, anyway, that frustrates me a little bit, as you can tell, but all right. And it's not that I've never had fish break off with my tackle. That happens. But I really do believe that people go out fishing and they have line that's 2-3 years old. I mean, when that line gets 2 years old, I mean, you can barely tie a knot. So it just shocks me that, you know, a fish that size, that it's really not that uncommon that I catch them with, you know, line in their mouths. So replace that fishing line. All right, I'll get back at it. Oh, come back, come back, come back. Oh, there we go, got him. Yes, sweet. I love that. You know, it's pretty great that a hard lure, you know, they'll hit it and the action is so good, you know, they'll come back. So I love it. Well, to finish off my rant about the fishing line and changing it out every year, I will say I use heavy braid. These I use for kokanee, for trout, big trout, you name it. So it's hefty. That is actually, I can't remember if it's 20 or 30 pound braid. And I don't change that out every year, but what I change out is the leader. So I put kind of a bumper on it. I use fluorocarbon, and well, some of them I use mono, some I use fluorocarbon, but it's a lighter line than the main line, and it's more brittle. The fluorocarbon and the mono are more susceptible to the UV damage. I feel like their lifespan is far shorter, so that's what I'm changing out frequently. And especially where I'm not replacing, you know, hundreds of feet of line, but generally I'm only doing a 15 to 40 foot, you know, bumper or leader, and so it's real easy to change that out. So, you know, if you do that, if you run braid with a leader, it is a really easy way to, you know, keep fresh line on your reels without having to completely re-spool them. And the braid, I just kind of keep an eye on it. If it's really starting to fade or fray, this has been really good braid. I think I've had it on, I think this will be the third season. And it's still looking really good. The other thing that I'll sometimes do with the braid, especially on my trolling rods, because I'm not casting them, is I'll take the first 100 or, well, probably the first 200 feet off, and then I'll just add to it. And, you know, that works really well. Even if you take, you know, 3 or 4 feet or whatever you want to take off and just leave a little bit of the stuff on there. You know, it's never, you know, that stuff that's on the bottom of the reel, it's generally not seen the sun. If it has, it's very little. It hasn't been, you know, beat up as much, and so that's just a way to keep good line. On my spinning reel, if I have straight mono on it, you know, I might go 2 seasons, but I'm generally, you know, they don't take a ton of line. I'm generally changing it out every year. It's just not worth losing the fish, potentially sending it off to die with a hook in its mouth, or even if it lives, you know, it's just terrible to have that happen. And then just as importantly, you never know when you're going to hook into just a monster and you want your line to hold up. And so, yes, another one. Woohoo! Woo, woo, woo. I love it. Man, that watermelon is on fire. Can't hardly keep them off of it. And this one I kind of quit paying attention, so I put it out further than I usually do. I've been just putting it about 100 feet behind the kayak, but I think I was all the way back to about 180 when I noticed. Once again, you know, I've been up for a long time. Over, well, about, once again, 24 hours. So I kind of dazed out and put it way back there. Oh, I'm tangled. I guess maybe. I think I'll try to do this one without the net. I don't know if that may be easier or not. Whew, it's spunky. Sweet. Ah, it's blowing me like crazy. There we go. Another just slab of a fish. So, all of them just nice, big, thick, 20-ish inches, I would say. Yeah, that guy's about 18, I think, 19. So we'll get it back in the water. Off he goes. Oh, fish on. Sweet. Another one on the lemon. Ooh, he's out of the water, I think. Ooh. Easy there, fella. A little smaller, but really a nice looking fish. Well, easy there, buddy. Oh, stop that. There we go. Nice, pretty rainbow on that lineman, 2-inch lineman. Oh, got him. Woo! Fish on. Whoa! Fish. Oh, my other rod's not deployed, so I don't need to keep pedaling. Oh no. There we go. Okay, there we go. This one's loaded with copepods, so we're gonna just do one of these. Oh, come on, if I can get it. There we go. Off he goes. All right, well, the wind is really kicking up. Not that it's like too wavy to be out here, but it's just harder to steer. I'm real tired. I just came off a week of 12-hour graveyards. So this morning I ended my shift at 7:30 and decided instead of sleeping I'd come fishing. But now I've been awake for about 24 hours and I'm real tired. So really productive 2.5 hours, I think. Well worth coming out. But now I'm gonna, get home, get a nap, and maybe start editing this video. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Subscribing really helps the channel, and we'll catch you later and fish on.